of war, leaving destruction, desolation, and silence. Then everything was rebuilt, and work was resumed by day and by night. 1947, the first Lambretta is born, an engine and two wheels, just right for everyone coping with the hardships of post-war travel. Already contemplated during the war period, designed as a far-sighted industrial project, constantly perfected technically and stylistically, the Lambretta has quickly become a part of the everyday scene, an exquisitely social appliance. Right from the start, the Lambretta begins to collect a harvest of memorable feats. The fabulous voyages of lone heroes to the most distant parts of the globe. Impressive participation in audacious sporting events. The unbeaten world record of 125 miles per hour. To get an overall view of the sheds in that sector, which has made the name Inoccenti world famous in the sphere of big mechanical engineering. Here begins a spectacle on a grand scale. These pieces, moved by bridge cranes capable of carrying 200 tons each, will by tomorrow become rolling mills, presses, complete ironworking plants, or machines destined to produce other innumerable types of machines. A 5-tipped torch, automatically controlled by an electric eye, following a specially prepared blueprint, cuts out the components which will go to make up the welded structures. Safety required, testing to the limit of destruction. This electromagnetic vibration test bed is the altar on which will be sacrificed the body of a Lambretta. A stroboscopic lamp helps to reveal the pattern of vibrations regulated in time and intensity by a programming device. This colored water is merely a photographic diversion we thought up while waiting for the body to crack. It has now traveled the equivalent of 200,000 miles of pretty rough road. (1957). Across the Atlantic begins Innocenti's biggest undertaking. The construction for the Venezuelan government of a complete integrated steel plant on the banks of the Orinoco River. A few hundred miles from the equator, the silence of the savannah is broken by the racket of the bulldozer. To buildings, to machinery, amounting to $350 million. 79 ships operating for several years provide the shuttle service between Italy and Venezuela, unloading a total of 485,000 tons of material. Into operation. A new stimulus to the company's development plans, the signing of the cooperation agreement with the British Motor Corporation. Thus, the name Innocenti makes its appearance also in the automobile market. The first model, the A40, is also the first successful issue from the new assembly line. A journalist names it the long-awaited car. Then came the fulfillment of one of Youth's dreams, the Inoccenti convertible. Then the IM3, the car of the